The famous Statue of Liberty in New York hides a secret that almost no one knows. The monument itself is a famous tourist attraction. Visitors can climb the statue and to see New York from the observation deck of the site being at the level of the crown. But only a select few are aware that, at the very top in the golden torch of the statue, there is a secret room for a very long time, where tourists could even go up, but then access to the room was closed, and here, for over 100 years no one has been able to enter. In 1916, the construction of the hands, the statue was damaged due to a strong explosion that took place nearby and was set up by German spies. It was then that access to the torch was denied. After a while it was going to be resume, but the torch itself has come to unusable due to leaking water. However, if you want to look at what the view of New York from the torch Statues of Liberty, you can easily Google and webcam images, which is set right on top of the statues, by the way, if you would like to visit. If you are in New York, please like it, the famous Trafalgarian, the square in London on which is located, secret police station to discover it with the naked eye simply impossible. In the bottom left corner there is a small lantern, however it is not easy, a lantern, but a real policeman. The site, and in fact it is much roomier than you might think. There is enough room to hold 2 inmates at the same time. This structure came into being in a little less than 100 years ago due to the fact that the square, there were frequent demonstrations. However, recently there have been reports that the site has stopped used for its intended purpose and has become just a place to store wiper tools. Colosseum located in Rome, you all definitely seen at least in pictures, but many people don't even realize that there are hidden the secrets of this construction. In the days of ancient Rome, to the Lysis was used as a arena for various performances and including gladiatorial fights. There was a whole system of underground rooms and danili. They were used to keep their predatory animals, as well as complex the mechanisms by which the special effects during performances, except that some of these underground rooms, a great classified tunnel system, good news today exists, special tours during which you can visit these secret rooms. By the way, let's have a commentary, a small survey of which city in the world do you would like to visit first. If you would have unlimited possibilities, leave your choices in the comments. Eiffel Tower is probably the most recognizable world landmark. Tens of millions of tourists every year visited Paris largely in order to look at this particular symbol of the city. Most of them were not even aware of the existence of a secret room on the top of the building. Is the well-known, the structure was constructed at the end of the 19th century, designed by the engineer Gustave Eiffel. He designed a secret room exclusively for myself, and indeed in the course of a lifetime, the engineer, no one but him had there access. Today those visitors who buy tickets with an opportunity to go up to the top can not only get the breathtaking view of the French capital but also have access to the secret room. Eiffel Disneyland is a famous park entertainment for children, but on the territory of the park has a place that is accessed by, is only open to adults and for wealthy adults. Are talking about a closed Club 33. He appeared in the Californian Disneyland in the late 1960s century. The idea of a private club came from the founder of Walt Disney Park, and by the plan was to gather there influential people like politicians and businessmen and others. Over the years, by members of 33 Club could also become mere mortals. However, this is what it takes to invest in a fairly large sum of money, is about several tens of thousands of dollars. Mount Rushmore is one of the main sites of the United States of America, carved in the rocks, portraits of the 4 presidents of the country. Absolutely everyone has seen it, but not many people know what's behind President Abraham's head, Lincoln, which is on the right, hiding secret room access. There is practically impossible, and it has given rise to a large number of theories, but here's what really happened. The monument was erected for almost 100 years. Back in the day, his sculptor had planned that the monument will be much larger and in addition to the heads of the presidents there will also be, depicts an important American event, of the history of this plan did not materialize. So the sculptor was asked to create right inside the mountain is a special hall of something, looks like a U.S. history museum, though. The author at the monument did not manage to live up to the end of the work, and although the image, presidents have been completed, but the secret. The room remained unfinished with, since then, almost no one has been able to go to. The Brooklyn Bridge is one of the symbols. New York, along with the Statue of Liberty here, there are thousands of people every day, but the secret that hides the bridge abutments. Almost no one knows the fact that the bridge was built back in the 19th century, and on the project, a large sum of money was allocated by the vendors. Alcohol was not yet in the refrigerator at the time, invented, and inside the bridge abutments, the ideal temperature for beverage storage plus inside supports, quite an impressive space. That's why special cellars for storing alcohol they were actively used in the late 19th and of the beginning of the 20th century. Today these cellars are empty and ordinary people can get here. It is almost impossible to, most of the pictures in Venice can, to see Street, Mark Square, and the cathedral of the same name is a popular landmark, which is visited by a huge number of tourists, so at the entrance as a rule, an impressive line of all these people only go inside the cathedral, but under the building has another level in which there is a crypt where the remains of prominent Venetian residents of the past in the, unlike most others, sites in this video, a secret room in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. The brand can be visited, then spend small excursions, the Empire State Building and another attraction visited, everyone who comes to New York. Most tourists go up to the elevator to the 86th floor of the building, where the observation deck which offers a beautiful view of the city, however, can spoil the experience, the iron grids that are needed for safety reasons. Few tourists make it to the 102nd floor. There's a view of the city and an even better plus instead of bars in front of you, only windows. However, the most breathtaking view awaits visitors, 103 floors, but to get up there, only a select few can have a secret viewing room. The site does not have any protective structures except for the rather low pylons that there is a person who can see not only beautiful view but also get a dose of adrenaline. Really visit this, you are unlikely to get a place to eat. Access only to important or famous persons who are sure to try to take a picture there. The Uffizi Gallery in Florence is one of the world's most famous museums are stored there, the works of Leonardo da Vinci and Botticelli and other great artists, but none of the visitors to the gallery was not their secret. The tunnels connecting the Spal Museum Unhook Palace located in the center of the city. The secret corridor was constructed as early as 16th century when the city was ruled by the famous Medici. Interesting that the length of the tunnel was decided to remove butcher shops and other places that can be a source of unpleasant odors. As important people used to this corridor almost daily. Also, the tunnel was decorated with works of the arts. However, during World War II of the war it was destroyed by the bombings after that were carried out for a long time. Reconstruction and the city government promises to open a secret tunnel for tourists in the coming years. The New York Central Station building is not only an important transportation popular attraction, a huge number of people on a daily basis use the station for train travel. No less number of people come to look here as tourists, neither of them are aware of what's on the top floor at this moment. Someone is playing tennis is located there. A real tennis court. It was built more than half a century ago. The most interesting that this tennis club is available for all comers. People who really like to read would probably like to have an apartment located right in the library building, especially when it comes to the famous New York Library's enormous building. Halls full of books on the upper floors. The buildings were originally designed, the apartments in which many of those who worked in the library, and some of these apartments still exist to this day, except no one lives there anymore. The room is used for a variety of technical purposes. Australia is a far-away country, but it is there too, there sites with hidden secrets in the center of one of the big cities in the country. Melbourne has a station under the name Flanders. Crowds of people use it daily for direct to its intended use, and has no idea that it is on the third floor of the building. Has a huge an abandoned room. Decades ago, there have been activities from boxing fights to beautiful floors. Then the place fell into disrepair, and although the station continued to operate with access to people to the third floor of the building was closed, the city's authorities are going to years to renovate the room and again opening to the public at the famous Pixar Studios. Also have a secret: the room is hardly accessible to almost not from employees or visitors. It's all about the fact that once upon a time a young Pixar was bought by Apple, and from Steve Jobs had a secret room where he held an important meeting. Today, only a few people can enter this room. Don't forget to like it if you were interested in this video. Also subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to stay up to date on new videos, and, of course, leave your comments under this video.